Hey everybody, we're joined tonight by Dakota, specialist of the strange. His internet's breaking up a wee bit, but we know why that is, because we're going to be talking about certain subjects. And we're joined by Drew's Paranormal.
Hello, the usual.
I'm getting it right up there. I can't where everybody is. It's all
no show with the punch.
It is. So we'll just let it fill up a minute, guys. Hi, you can poke them. There you go. So we're going to let it fill up, guys, and then we're going to start talking about demonology and stuff like that. And we've got the expert in the room right now.
Yep, so we have. So who have we all got as guests
tonight? I'm just going to share this out on Twitter. Hey, we've got Thinking of Others. Thinking of Others. Peas 20, Misty Cat. So just wait, I'm just going to send this out, and
I know Dobie might not be able to watch on and comment because her tablet is broke, but she's got to do her best to watch on the phone or the Fire Stick. So she will be here, just maybe not be able to comment.
Right, well, I'm just going to tweet it out. What's the difference between a direct, like you've got direct message tweet and fleet? What's fleet? In Twitter.
I'm hopeless with Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. Right.
I'll just send a tweet. I don't know what fleet is.
You know the Instagram stories?
Aye. Is that what that is?
You know what Instagram stories are?
I've heard of them. But
I've heard of them.
Fleet is Twitter's version of that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Okay.
I'm just tweeting out the news.
Supposed to be for a while, Pez 20.
Hey, Scottish Outlookers, see, we're filling up now, guys. We're filling up. Do you know when I turned on my YouTube tonight?
I missed the cat.
I got an update tonight on my YouTube, and I had to show them my driving license on YouTube.
You had to show them your driving license on YouTube? That's crazy.
It was either that or some proof of documentation because they wanted to check my age.
That's crazy.
Well, that's a compliment.
Umbrella.
Baby face.
That's the thing. I'm going to share this with the old Facebook news.
Yeah, I'll get it shared out again too. Let's do this.
Let's get everybody in. Did you like the pictures of the live?
Nice.
That was bloody creeper.
Nice. Fitting.
I downloaded loads of them. I sent them if you want. I've got loads of them. Yeah. I couldn't help myself. If somebody come up to me the day in religion and says to me, "This is Jesus, could you pick any mere creepy picture?"
I know. Come on, what's happening here?
I'm telling you, it's the spirits. It's the spirits. We'll let it get to 10 people watching, then we'll start talking. You know. I wonder if we'll have any of our fans on the night.
Oh, we should have a few, and we should have a few.
We all know who they are. I couldn't help myself at the point.
Oh, one dislike already.
Hey, Mr. Cat.
So
how's everyone in the chat going? What's this? So this guy, a demonologist, right? Looking forward to this. Oh, he knows about demons. I can guarantee he's in that. You're in for a treat, Peas. You're in for the amazingness, you know. Yeah. Did you do the update for YouTube? I see YouTube's had a massive update. It's playing better than my phone now for some weird reason. You know, guys, you'll notice that Dakota, specialist of the strange here, will freeze now and again. I can't help that because that's the dark forces. What's that? Really creepy, Chris.
Weird.
Well,
sorry, I think that's me.
I must admit, everybody likes that. Can you imagine if that's what they actually look like?
Yeah, let's just say they're not too happy with
I think we need to
That's
make
us shamed out again.
look, we get loads of charities for Adopt a Donkey and Save the Whales and that. I
I
think we
get a
need
few
to
every now.
Hug a Demon Day or something like that. You know?
Hug a demon day.
Well, you know, they might feel depressed. You need to like them. A cuddle.
Aye.
That's
Well,
what they need.
maybe that'll solve everything.
That's maybe what it is, you know. Maybe if we speak nice. Maybe if we speak nice about them, you know what I'm saying? They'll let us do a radio show.
Times you just don't see them and they just attract certain energies, so you just don't know. There's
Oh,
definitely out there.
well, I can guarantee you guys in the chat, demons
There's
are
not
real.
just 9, 10, there's fleets of them.
He's
See,
went
there he's
again.
disappeared
See, this is
already.
what happens, guys. This is what happens.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Of
He's back
course.
from beyond the veil. So, Dakota, do tell us a bit about demons. Off to you.
They're scary shit, that's all you need to know, end of live stream.
You should never say their names. Is that true?
What would you like to know, though?
It's
How
how many different levels is there? Starting from number 1 all the way up. Go for say number 1 to let's say number 10. What powers do they have? It's weird how he
that you're
keeps
looking
raising-
for?
Considering there's about 72 astral realms, there's a lot.
Aye, but there might be. Aye, but I'm talking about levels. There's levels. We've got what 1 to is it no 1 to 7, and then you get Satan. Do you know?
You get 9 gates of hell, and then you've got them with all their foot soldiers, and then you've got them with their foot soldiers. And a lot of folk think Lucifer and Satan's the same entity, but it's not. It's a completely different entity. So you get a lot of different things.
Demon dogs. You get them.
And you've got them in their legions as well. Each of them has got their own legion.
So let's start from number 1 to the highest level you get. See what I mean? Guys, you don't understand this. See when he's on live, see when he's even on Parachill's live, this is what happens.
Satan is meant to be the overall king of demons, supposed
Crazy.
to be, as far as I get it. And then Lucifer. And then you've got King Payment, and you've got all your... I don't even like saying their names. You've got Baal, and you've got all the different ones.
Don't say their names. Right, Dakota, do start.
Hi, Hatchy Hatch, buddy.
I'm trying, but my camera keeps cutting off.
Game today, just if you want, turn your camera off.
Let's try that.
And keep speaking, and that'll help with the signal.
Let's see.
See if it helps.
See if that helps, because that'll cut your signal down.
Depends on what system you look at. There's different ways of classifying demons. The way I go at it is only a 4-level system.
Right.
Based on different species, for lack of a better word. You have the corrupted souls, which are usually people who used to be human at one point, who were done some pretty nasty things and ended up going downstairs, for lack of better terms.
So is that like Hitler or something like that?
Yeah, he would be one of them. But allegedly, you can still find him in Argentina.
Aye. His relations. Aye, but like you're talking about like twisted souls kind of thing, like people that have maybe been like in charge of the gas chambers at Auschwitz or something like that. That are still evil.
People who were genuinely corrupted in life. Who
serial killers and things probably
sought in life to only hurt people.
Good. So they're the number ones then?
Yeah. Quite a few serial killers down, and they're usually the weaker ones, yes. 2, you have the Fallen, which is Lucifer and them.
Right.
Are the people that were born there. children
Really?
of demon once. The beings that occupied hell before Lucifer took over. You could say they're
I
the
didn't know
dinosaurs.
that. I always presumed that there was a war in heaven, and then the angels fell. They were sent to hell, and then hell
They
began.
weren't
But I
actually
didn't
sent to hell. They chose to leave.
All right.
Some were kicked out, some chose to leave.
Yeah.
It really depends on the individual stories. And yeah, there was a bit of a rebellion. Lucifer's fall and all that. But of course, those details have been twisted with time. Not a lot of people know this, but Michael, the archangel, at one point questioned whether or not to allow humanity to keep living himself.
Really? I didn't know that.
Wow.
There you go.
To which some of the other, he was the only survivor when God burned all the angels that tried that with him. Which makes you wonder if the term seraphim means burning ones. What if it's a bit more literal than what people realize?
Wow. So what's number 3? This is getting interesting.
The number 3 would be the children of the demons. Ones who were born there knew no life whatsoever. Know it, I should say. And some of them are pretty nasty. They're pretty. But then, like I said, there's the 4th.
The 4th.
Yeah. The original ones that they're just pure anger and chaos.
So I take it they're drawn to like wars and stuff like that.
Yeah, they are. Whenever there's times of crisis, the pandemic obviously has caused a huge spike in reports.
Yeah. Yes.
Ended up getting scratched up just last night, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Our shadow friend decided to pay the visit.
You still getting bothered with him, aye? Or whoever he is, or whatever he is. We'll not say the name. But everybody knows in the chat who we're talking about. I'll give you a clue, there's a hat.
Get a clue, there's a hat.
Everybody knows who I'm talking about. But, I mean, what would you say, how powerful can they get? If you've got one in your house, which you don't want, I mean, how do you go about getting rid of it? Right, let's take the first one, right? The first demon, how do you get rid of them? It'll be quite simple to get rid of them, I take it. An exorcism or what?
There's actually people in this realm can
Usually
go into
you
the
can
next
get
realm and fight
them out using typical cleansing methods of whatever culture or religion of your choosing. Cancel their when that connection gets severed.
It's actually terrifying, this, isn't it? It's actually quite terrifying. I mean, the highest form of demons, right? You can tell it's getting affected. See that?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but I don't know. I heard something in my mic.
Easily these can kill you? Yeah.
Joshua is Jesus. That's his Hebrew name.
Aye, I've heard
Yeah,
that.
it's still affecting.
It's I don't know what it was. I thought I could hear. Didn't you use like Wayne's round about you? Have you? No, I thought so. I could hear something in my headset.
I've
It's
not
weird.
got earphones on tonight.
I could hear something. I'll need to listen to this back. Andy in the chat, if you hear anything strange, put it in the chat in the time date. See, this is the subject. This is what happens, guys, when you start talking about this.
Yes.
It's
Let's just say our last big encounter that Parachills dealt with, they admitted they're not happy with how much I know.
I mean, has MD ever been reportedly killed by a demon? I mean,
There's been a couple
I know
instances.
there's been exorcisms and people getting possessed, right? But see what I mean?
He'll be back now.
He'll be back now.
That's how he needs to keep his camera off, Pez. It just takes off the bit of the...
He needs to keep his camera off, guys, because it helps out. But
just keeps the signal there.
I know people have been possessed, right? And I know people have, there's been exorcisms. Like, is it the Amory Rose? There was the exorcism of Alien Rose. You know the film that I'm talking about? Of a true story. But has any ever been documented proof of a demon killing someone?
Do you mean officially
documented proof? No. Speculation.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying
speculation due to what people have claimed to have seen before they passed away. Oh yeah, they've been involved.
I suppose the Catholic Church, they'll have a lot of proof too, but they'll just know.
I know of at least 7 that have been killed by demons.
Wow. Good God.
And
throw you to Wendy's and things. You just
something you don't exactly want to be talking about.
Yeah, it's a scary subject. I've noticed a lot of people at the podcast that stay away from this subject, but I thought, I'm doing this subject. See what I mean, guys? This is crazy. And his internet's fine. And this is what happens when you talk.
Last week was terrible trying to keep him in. We were on Parachills. It's terrible trying to keep him actually in the room.
You're back. Oh my God.
Is it him back or is it somebody else?
Save yourselves. But what did they look like, Dakota? Try and explain it for people in the chat. What do they actually look like? Because I've seen the film Insidious and stuff like that. But do they look like that? Or is it your worst fear? To take what you fear and bring it to life?
The true forms are beyond what the human mind can comprehend, no matter how much of a psychic or medium you think you are. You see their true forms, you can end up setting yourself on fire.
Oh my God.
Hey, James Ramsey. I mean, I've heard people talk about them, and I've got a lot of friends that do demonology stuff. There's Danny, you know Danny, and he's told us what they look like. But I take it if you have a fear of clowns, they would come to you like one of them. I kind of sound stupid for people in the chat, but is that not the truth? They come to you for the thing that you hate the most, fear the most.
Some can. Some look just as human as you and I. Some, I can't even describe what they look like. There's a few out there who look human, but their skin is green.
But then that would come into the realm of aliens, wouldn't it?
Sorry, I think that's my screen.
They're not from this world, no. The realms of heaven and hell are connected to multiple earths.
Well, it's infinite, isn't it? It's infinite and infinite,
some of them are.
never ending. It's so interesting, this, isn't it? What would you say?
It doesn't end. What we know as heaven and hell are not connected to singular world.
Because it's a different dimension. It's a different dimension. Heaven could be right in front of your face, but you just can't see it because you're not in that dimension.
Well, there's the other theory that demons do walk among us as well, because they say that for every drug addict and things, there's actually a demon that is controlling all that.
Oh, you mean like the good angel or the bad angel on your shoulders?
They're just like making sure that person goes down, type of thing, and collecting souls for like a higher their hierarchy. If you get what I mean.
Aye, because the demons are like basically feeding off of that person's.
They're the foot soldiers that go out and collect the souls.
Yeah, I mean. See? You're right,
Scary
Dakota.
that sound.
I think he's having a drink of juice or something like that.
You're right. You okay?
He's only joking with his guy.
No, he's kidding. I hope he's kidding.
So, Dakota.
Yeah.
You there? I can't hear nothing. It's weird. It's as if it's.
It's just a crackling sound I heard.
You back, Dakota? Can you hear me?
He's been possessed again.
He's been possessed. You've been possessed again, Dakota. Turn your camera on.
He's away again.
Yeah, they're not happy I'm talking right now.
So,
No,
guys,
he's having to shrug things off.
aye, we'll just go for that to something else. We'll talk about something else for a minute or two. So, Dakota, can I ask you something? How did you get into this field?
Too many personal experiences to ignore.
No.
I dealt with this stuff most of my life, for as long as I can remember, really. But first incident I remember where I realized that something weird is going on. I was at the old Idaho State Penitentiary, and I saw a man hanging in death row.
Good God. I mean, that's terrifying seeing that. I mean, that's...
I want to go to
God.
the West Ohio Reformatory, West Virginia Reformatory, whatever it's called. I'd love to go there with the sugar shack and things.
Oh, aye.
I'd love to go to that.
What's that prison in America? It's not a prison. It was famous for tuberculosis. Ghost Adventures
Waverly
has been there.
Hills.
Is that at Waverly Hills? It's not got any windows anymore.
Aye, Waverly Hills.
We'll stop talking a minute or two off of demons and stuff like that, because I don't want Dakota getting possessed. For a minute or two. Dakota, what would you say is the scariest thing you have ever seen, except for obviously the guy that wears the hat? Leave him out.
Scariest thing I've ever seen?
Aye.
Not exactly walking away from demons, my friend.
Right, let's not talk about demons. What's the scariest spirit you've ever seen? See?
I don't know. For me, it's never really been scary. I've been around this stuff for so long. It's more normal to me than dealing with most humans.
It makes you wonder. I mean, I've had this story. You talk about all these people that do terrible things. You talk about these people that have murdered people, that have been serial killers, that have been in the wars and have committed genocide. It makes you wonder, have they got a possession of some kind? Are they possessed of some kind? You think about some of the crazy serial killers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? As if they've got that on them. And that's what
Well, that's what they reckon, isn't it?
Hey, citizen.
Not always.
Red.
Hey, citizen, brother.
I mean, it's terrifying. I mean, can you imagine what it must be like for a family that's got one of the things in their house? Can you imagine what that's like, guys, in the chat? I know obviously Dakota can and Drew can, and I can what it's like, because I've seen and I've read and I've watched and I've heard from other people that have told me what it can be like. You know?
I mean, you've got to remember some of these entities aren't what you see in books and things. Some of them are a lot scarier than they're portrayed in, even some of the demonology books, and they can change the appearance to a certain extent. I mean, there's proof out there that Satan actually can make himself look like Lucifer and things like that, and it's
Aye,
is
but you can
actually
also,
two separate entities. So
aye, but you can
all
also
it did.
come in
Mhm.
disguise. He can come as a helpful person.
Uh-huh.
It can come as like you go into a house, right? You're a ghost hunter. You go into a house. You're doing your ghost investigation. You come across a spirit of a young girl. You think she's trapped, right? You try and help that young girl, but in actual fact, it's no young girl. It's something else playing, and you've probably came across that, Dakota, haven't you? I mean, it basically kid knowing that they're kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always wondered. I've heard of these things, right? And I've always wondered where they came from. Hey, Parachills, there's Chris in the chat.
Hi, Parachills.
Yes.
Black-eyed kids. What are they? Are they aliens, or what are they?
I'm not 100% sure. Still trying to figure that one out.
I think that they're actually their own entity upon themselves. They're no like a demon, and they're no like aliens, but I think they're their own entity. It's just that that's what would be discovered yet because they are so they hide themselves that much that they have actually no been identified because there's not as much evidence out there as people seeing them as their true self. I think nobody's had the chance to study what they actually are yet, to be honest.
The thing with Black-eyed kids is I've listened to a lot of radio shows, Coast to Coast AM, Darkness Radio, you name it. I've listened to these radio shows with these experts. And there was this guy that had on, he was a demonologist, like you, Dakota. What happened was he was sitting waiting on his wife outside the school at night because it was some play that his kid was at, and he's sitting there, he's having a cigarette in his car. I don't know where it was, I think it was New York State. He's sitting in his car and he looks around the car, nothing there. He's got the parking lot to himself, basically. He lights another cigarette up and he looks around, there's two kids at the window, right? And their eyes are jet black. And they're like, can we sit in your car, sir? And he's like, no. Go back to your parents. And they're like, we don't want to go to your parents. We want to sit in your car, sir. And he just drove away. And then weird things happened during about his house. And he wrote a book about it. And I think they are some form. I don't think they're aliens. I think they're something else. It's as if they're like programmed. With the black-eyed kids just want to come into your house or into your property. That's what they want. That's their mission.
That's because some entities need invited in.
Mm-hmm.
You're more likely to invite a kid into your house than you're anything else.
Aye, but what's that, Mr. Cat? Are aliens demons? See, there's the thing. We don't know. I mean, I've never seen an alien.
That's the
Dakota's the
research
person
that
to
we're
answer
trying
that.
to do. We're trying to do a bit of research and see what's all really just connected to what, and see if we can maybe label some of these entities.
What do you think, Dakota? What do you think about aliens and demons and aliens?
As I was saying, realms between us, heaven and hell, aren't connected to singular worlds.
Yes.
Other worlds feed into them. So yes, there are some aliens that can become angels. Some of them can become demons. It's a lot more complex than what people ever think they can bring up.
Aye.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm a subscriber for Coast to Coast AM, and I was listening to a radio show the other night, and this guy was on, and he was talking about aliens, right? But he says these aliens are for space, and the presenter said, "What do you mean? They're coastal for space?" And he says, "No. They're for different dimensions."
Mm-hmm.
He says you could open a door. Imagine opening a door, and that door could take you anywhere, infinitely. You could go through that door to your room, and in that room you could be there with a blue t-shirt on. But then you go through the next door, and in that room you'd be sitting there with a yellow t-shirt on, and it'd be infinitely, never ending.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, guys in the chat. Makes you wonder. But I don't think we even know what space is. You know what I'm trying to say?
No. You can't get high enough into space to see what it's all about. That's why we need like supersonic technology to go any
It's.
further on the moon and things.
I think there's more to alien life than.
I mean, it could all
What
be.
makes you think?
It could all be connected in one big round way. That's why we need the research done, especially when it's a big organisation like Parachills, where it's got the UFOs, it's got the ghosts, it's got the demons. We can maybe start working out, like, well, this happened when that appeared, and then maybe find out a common denominator even. That's why organisations like Parachills is so important, because we can start placing together some of the information.
There's Citizen ZTV. Could the black-eyed kids be bad prototype of humans from aliens that they never got their eyes? But that's the thing about the black-eyed kids, and I don't know if you know this, Dakota, about the black-eyed kids. They go to a house and all they want to do, their mission in life is to get in over the threshold. That's all they want to do. And it's the same with cars, buses. See, there's been cases where people have let them in, right? And then disappeared. Never to be seen again. And there's been cases where people have let them in, and those people have never been seen ever again.
You know, this is something that a lot of people don't make a lot of connections to, and this is why I also tell people, and instead of just listening to random podcasts and sitting around in your house, you're going to and actually see this for yourself before you understand even a small portion of it.
Yeah.
These extraterrestrials, as an example, governments have known since at least the 40s that they have technology that can simply wipe matter from existence. That's their weapons. It's why there are warnings in these documents that say if we try to start a fight with them,
we're screwed.
We will not win.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe black-eyed kids could be some sort of alien hybrid. We don't know. But it fits the profile. We're screwed if we try something. Thankfully, a lot of the reports out there say that out of the 80 extraterrestrials we've been in contact with, allegedly, at least only 2 want to kill us.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. There's only 2 want to kill us, you know.
Only 2.
But I do think there is. I know we're going off the subject of aliens and that, but I do think.
And it makes you think.
As somebody was saying in the chat, there's all these files.
Only 2 that want to kill us.
Only 2, but
so only mission in life tips to get our souls.
But it makes you wonder. I mean, you hear about the grey aliens, and they're meant to be bots, robots, worker ants. That's what they say. They don't have a soul.
No.
They're like robots. So it makes you wonder what's controlling them. Is that a demon that's controlling them? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
There's more to this life than people understand. See, space isn't what people think it is. It isn't.
Now I'm trying to work on a film project.
Dakota's breaking up. Are you there, Dakota?
And it's interesting because they did
the research.
Just announced
keep doing the research.
Long ago that scientists managed to establish communication. I'm here.
It's as if something's standing in front of his camera. Can you see that?
Are we alive here?
Well, we are. We don't know about you. You keep coming and going.
It's weird. It's as if something's walking in front of his camera.
Okay.
It's as if someone just wants to shut you up.
It's crazy. I mean, it truly is. What's that, Citizen? Does aliens not want to take us all out to get the planet as if we all the materials they need? No. Citizen, if they really wanted the planet, we wouldn't be here. right now.
Mm-hmm.
Put it this way, we would be the Indians and they would be the US cavalry.
The chances
That's
are they want us as their slaves, to be honest with you.
I don't know about that. I think it's mere testing. I think our governments have signed some kind of pact with them. They'll give us a wee bit of technology now and again that we can be back engineer, right? And in return, we let them abduct people.
Mm-hmm. Well, it could be
Aye,
loads
that's
of
how it
things
works.
like that. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy that, I mean, guys, his chat was working fine before we went live, and it's just crazy.
See, that's how you need all the research done. It's only just
Aye.
now in the last year or two that people are starting to open up about these things.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to try and place a couple of puzzle pieces together.
Now, there's Misty Cat. There's a film, The Fourth Kind. Yes. Is everybody you seen that film, Dakota, The Fourth Kind? It's about how they're from a different dimension. No one knows where they're from. They're not really aliens, but they're.
I don't believe I have, but I know enough.
I don't think I've seen it either.
What's that other film, and it's quite scary, and it says it Fire in the Sky? You know the one I'm talking about? Where the forestry workers were abducted.
Oh, that was way back in the
No.
50s, 60s or something. They were bloggers,
watch
were they
that.
not? Mm-hmm.
You need to watch that film.
They came back within 3 weeks or something, 3 days, 3 weeks or something like that. It came back.
It's crazy, guys. I mean,
his workmates get put in things because they thought they had done something to him in the woods. Is that the one you're talking about, Chris?
I can't remember. There's a scene in it that's awfully scary where the aliens are trying to do something to him, and it's weird. It's as if they don't. It's crazy. I think the governments of the worlds, the British government, American government, you name it, I think they've done deals, and I think they've done deals with aliens, but not just that. I think they have dabbled in the occult. Would you say that? Would you say that, Dakota? Would you say that the governments have tested? I bet the governments have looked into demonology and stuff.
Oh,
they have. They've admitted it.
Well, they're in
Oh, yeah.
researchers, for sure.
They've admitted to flat out torturing people.
Mm-hmm. I bet there's bunkers somewhere on this planet where
Aye, citizen, I think that's what Chris was trying to say, didn't the government agree to swap humans for technology? Mm-hmm.
Aye.
I think they definitely did.
What do you think will be released in the next couple of weeks with the UFO files?
A lot.
Do you think it'll be total disclosure?
No.
Or they'll just
Can't be total disclosure. The whole world would go up and end.
It won't be total. It won't be total disclosure because humans are too stupid as a whole to be able to comprehend what they know. To put it bluntly.
Did you see the news report last week about Area 51? No Area 51 Roswell. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
With the government.
They admitted that there was a body in the craft.
They admitted, the US government admitted to Roswell there was a UFO that crashed and there was aliens and they back engineered the spaceship, and this hasn't made the mainstream media news.
Right. God, there you go.
We're not alone, guys.
If they're spilling out this much, what else is out there?
Oh, it makes you wonder what else is out there.
Well, that's how we need people to start reporting these things to different organisations so that we can research it and things.
What's that, Misty Cat? There's
I keep hearing that conspiracy.
Fake invasion. Is that the one Misty Cat's talking about? Fake invasion, bringing you up to
Misty
Cat.
There's talk of a globally staged invasion to try to install one world government.
I bet you it happens in the next couple of years.
Within 5 years.
You think so?
By 2025 is what the bet is. Some people are even trying to say Tom Cruise is going to get involved. That's the part. Why would you pick him? I don't know. I don't know.
He is the Mission Impossible, you know.
There's
It's a
also your
Scientologist,
little
maybe the
man.
aliens will take him away.
That's about the
Jesus.
science. So
As you've had some mad experiences.
Have you, Dakota, have you ever seen a UFO?
I've actually started working on a movie. There's a little backstory to this.
Yeah.
To my most recent ones, I started working on a movie that explores why there's so much similarities between alien and ghost phenomenon. It's actually going to be coming out in April, pretty soon. And when I started researching this, I've had 3 UFOs pop up within a mile of my house.
See,
And I've got at least one of them on camera.
really? See, I
Mhm.
think. See, that's why I think everything's connected. It's weird that because I've seen some strange things in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if it's maybe because, you know, I've just said I've seen lights in the sky that are no, they shouldn't be there.
Mhm.
I mean, I've seen 3 wee dots moving about and then they show up straight up. And the folk can't say it's no drone. Drones can't shoot straight up and disappear.
No.
And it's the same. Did your man Drew say he seen something over by the windmills back in Douglas?
Can't mind. He's seen that much. He's all different places he's been.
I think it's with this lockdown. I think there's more to this lockdown. There's more to it. There's something coming, guys, and I don't know what it is, but I think it's going to be either bad.
It's not going to be good anyway.
What's that, Dakota?
A lot of people are going to die.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's major cities that will get hit first.
It's already happening. It's already happening.
It makes you wonder. I mean, it makes you wonder. I've heard this saying that people think the aliens are demons. It makes you wonder. It makes you really wonder.
Know.
I mean, it's just because we don't know, right? I've never been in a rocket into space, right? Neither of you have probably been in a rocket into space, right? We take for granted the government tell us what exists, right? And what they teach us in school. We take that, right? I've never been up there, right? I probably won't ever be up there. But we don't know what space really is.
Yeah.
Just the void.
Has anybody ever really been up there? You just don't know. It's always fake.
Actually, also, I'm just reading here, Citizens
ZTV
specialist with this. You're putting something in the moon, you know?
Yeah, I'm putting something together to try to look into this type of thing.
Specialist
Why
of
does
the
it sound
strange.
so similar?
There's a message for you there.
Yeah, that's what I was just reading it, and that's what I was just saying. That's what the movie I'm working on is trying to go into. Why is there so many similarities?
Exactly.
Could it be aliens are figured out a way to artificially enhance what ghosts can do naturally? Is it something like that? Are they one and the same? Or do they just look the same because we can't handle everything else that's out there?
Well,
or the aliens interested in us because we've got a soul and they haven't. You know
well, they say that's why demons are jealous of us, because we've got a soul.
Can a demon ever go to the light? Have you ever heard of that? A demon turning in and helping somebody and being good?
Members of the law move between heaven and hell freely.
Aye, but what I'm saying
that's how they pull in all their followers, is to be good to them. But just to get them everything that they want, but they don't realise that the minute they die, their soul becomes theirs.
No, what I'm thinking is, right, let's say you've got a demon that's been born in hell, right? And this guy's, we'll make it a man, and he's the most evil demon around, right? But one day he's maybe just floating about doing his demony things, and he decides to help somebody. He decides, I'm not doing this anymore. Has that ever happened? I wonder if that's ever happened, and then God or whoever the lights maybe looked to him and made him an angel or something.
Doubt it. Doubt it very much.
What's that? There's a Misty Cat.
What kind
There
of
are
seen the
demons that
error
look
of his
like
ways?
angels and angels that look like demons. So that's one of those things where you got to sit down and ask one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I reached my 150th birthday, and I
They
got
realized that their upbringing was wrong and wanted to do something to change it. It's completely possible.
It makes you wonder, you know. And then maybe
Nothing's impossible.
it's that funny you say that. I don't believe in time. Time doesn't exist in the afterlife. That doesn't, you know. Time's just a human's creation, is it not?
Aye, time's just for humans. That's the way it's portrayed, anyways.
The
Time,
sun goes up, the sun goes down.
like demons
Birds
and
feel
things,
space.
can be in 10 different places at once because time is infinite.
It's like
Same with like
What's that?
angels as well. They can be 10 at different places at once. That's the theory, anyway.
I thought I heard somebody talk there. That's weird.
Because you've got your earphones on, probably.
Flows differently on the other realms.
Money is a demon. That's right, Pez. Money is a demon.
Time isn't flowing. Simply,
money's definitely a demon. You know.
It just gets me that money's man-made. We can't use printing off it to sharing about the world. That's what gets me. It's a man-made. It's man-made.
I think it was the devil that designed money.
Is what feels it.
You know. Which I'm just reading some of the chat. I'm going to sound stupid here, but right, here we go. Here's Citizen get question. I'm going to sound stupid here, but if the devil was God's right hand man, he sent him to hell. Who was the devil before him? As the Bible states, hell was made before Lucifer. That's a good point, isn't it?
But see, there's the difference.
And there were things in hell before Lucifer.
Mm-hmm. See, there's
and they are much more.
Satan, Lucifer, the devil, they're all separate entities, and they're not the only entities.
See Lucifer itself. Lucifer, right? He's obviously the top guy. He's the demon. He's the man.
Satan, you mean?
He runs. Satan, right? He runs hell, right? Does he have to abide by God's law? Again, I mean, he can't come on the earth and start destroying it and all that. Does he have to be by a law?
That's where it gets complicated.
Yep.
There's parts where, say, Garden of Eden, for example. The serpent in the garden. Forbidden fruits.
Apple.
Some of the evidence behind that suggests that Adam was kind of an abusive prick to both Lilith and Eve. Lucifer, Samael, Satan, whatever you want to call him, whoever it actually was, took empathy. That's why he took him in. And therefore was born the Hat Man.
Right.
But see, that's the thing about the Bible, right? I'm not hanging about the Bible. Man wrote that, right?
Exactly.
I'm not saying it's fake, I'm not saying it's real. The thing is, what we've got to remember here, how long was, right, they say, what was it, about 3,000, 4,000 years ago? Yeah? We don't know our past, right? We don't know what really happened, right? It could have been totally, absolutely different. The Garden of Eden, for all we know, could have been a genetics lab on a spaceship. You know what I'm trying to say?
Aye.
For all we know,
yeah. Aye, for sure. I mean, we only go with what's wrote down in a Bible, in a book.
Don't get me wrong, the Bible's great. The Bible's got some really good rules you should follow. It's got some good things, but then again, it's control. Think about it. Same with the Quran. Control.
Here's the thing when it comes to all religious texts. There's a point where it was all passed poorly. It was to say someone misheard by the time we started figuring out, maybe we should start writing stuff down.
Yeah.
There's some genuine human error in which certain stories were altered over time. It's unavoidable. It happens all the time, and it's something that people need to be more thoughtful of and considering whenever they hear anything, especially when it comes to half of news reports nowadays. But there's also been corrupted individuals within the church throughout history who have purposely hid details.
Oh, I could tell you, I'm right into World War II stuff. I could tell you some stuff that the Catholic Church have done. It would shock you. I mean, then let's
Well,
take
Mother
the end of
Teresa
World.
wasn't any saint. She
Yeah.
wasn't as nice as
Aye.
people think.
Let's take 1945 Germany, right? All the SS were flying, trying to flee the coup, right? Because the Americans, the British, and the Russians wanted to execute them for what they did to the Jews, right? It was the Catholic Church helped them escape to Argentina. They helped them. They actually put them up. And there's
Right.
they actually think that it actually helped Hitler. If you've ever watched that series, Hunting Hitler, and
they actually
it makes
declassified
you.
documents saying that they knew Hitler and several members of the SS were in Argentina.
Okay.
They knew.
See, guys, it's.
And allegedly Hitler is still haunting some areas of Argentina to this day.
Well, there
Oh my
you
God!
go.
Can you imagine getting into a haunted house and Hitler was the ghost?
Oh, I would love to go in that.
You just walk in and say you were a terrible painter. Did you care he was an artist? You know.
Oh, was it?
Chase.
Right.
He was an artist. I can't my history. The old Hitler. He's in the trenches. Did you know that Hitler's stepfather was Jewish?
Maybe that's how he hated them so much.
It does make you wonder, I mean, if you think if it hadn't been that, if his stepfather hadn't been rotten, really nasty to him, and hadn't been Jewish, that wouldn't have maybe happened.
That would have instilled some of the prejudice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also have to consider a lot of the Nazi party, the soldiers utilized methamphetamines to help keep fighting longer, especially Hitler.
Yes, that's right.
A lot of what he did was because he was a major drug addict.
And what else?
Which has been known to bring out demons, so maybe he did have some influence.
What else did Hitler do? He was also into the occult. The SS were into the occult.
Oh, yeah.
They practiced demonology and
they were into
trying to conjure spirits, and
they studied UFOs.
Yes. So see, guys.
So he's maybe found
they messed around with it too, and that's coming out.
It makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder what they did. You know, I mean, what they did with the Jews was absolutely diabolical. You know, I mean, I've met people that were actually in Auschwitz when they were children, and they've actually got a number printed on their arm.
Shows you, doesn't it?
It makes you wonder the demons
that
are hanging about. Well, I think we've lost the quote again. Is it froze?
Not sure.
Looks like he's changing.
I know he's morphing.
You were kind of morphing there, and you were coming through as a different person. That's weird, that.
I know. He's away again.
He's away again. We'll read some of the chat. I don't want to.
Looks as if he's trying to shake off something.
Misty Cat, Hatchy Hatch,
Citizen King Jones all here, guys.
Good bookie there. Citizens, a documentary with Hitler. Own soldiers were trying to poison him. Yep, that's true. Valkyrie, there was the tried to kill Hitler. You know.
Yep.
There were several attempts. Even when he was a little kid. There were several attempts to kill him.
Oh, and he's going to get back again.
Back.
Demons, Hitler, UFOs. We can't win.
I know, it just keeps coming and going.
It's
crazy.
It
doesn't like you talking about anything controversial like that. It doesn't want to work out.
I didn't know Hitler was trying to kill them. He's just a wee boy.
There were incidents where Hitler almost lost his life. Yeah, he was actually saved by a preacher when he almost drowned when he was a little boy.
Do you not think it's a bit odd that he survived that explosion? I mean, he was standing right next to 7 sticks of dynamite. I mean, I think he was dabbling in the occult.
He was messing around with some stuff.
Oh yeah, and I think they made a deal with somebody. In return, they had to kill the Jews. I bet you that's because I've heard stories about that.
Right.
What do you think, guys? In the chat.
I wouldn't say it's
Aliens.
no.
What's that? Aliens would look down on us like we do animals in the zoo. They're super rare. They're not interested. Would you remember there could be Earth worlds out there where people are still in the Victorian times, but whatever they look like that is. If we are from the Earth, how do you know that we weren't just created as servants?
There's some that speculate that our ancestors came from Mars, and
That's right.
we came here because of an ecological disaster up there,
Talking
and we're
about
about
Mars.
to repeat the cycle.
Talking about Mars, did you see the high definition landing in the new
Oh, yeah.
rover?
Oh yeah.
Wow. The only thing that puzzled me, why was the sky blue? Did you see that? The sky was blue.
I've not seen it yet.
That's the only thing that I don't understand. I thought it was meant to be a
Yeah.
red planet. Dead.
No, there's still a little bit of atmosphere left.
Aye, a little bit. But I think there's more there than I've seen pictures of that planet, and there's
Considering
things that just look
people
odd.
over that show little things flying in the sky that are
Yes.
moving a little bit too frequently to be slow-moving asteroids, as they tried to claim.
But maybe aliens think about. Maybe aliens are. You ever seen the film The Day the Earth Stood Still? Maybe aliens.
The original one, or
Oh,
the one
no.
with Keanu Reeves?
The original one's best, right? the one with Keanu Reeves was shit. Don't mind that. It was shit.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what aliens are thinking. They're like, oh no, they are soon going to have technology, and they're going to get out into our.
Try to get it.
Give them what?
You never know, they
200
could be
years?
leading us down the wrong path or not. Try to learn as we think we're learning and we're not.
To be honest with you, that if aliens thought we were so much a threat, I think we'd be dead by now.
Well, then again, do they need us for something?
Aye.
No, there's quite a few that say they want to try to try to help us course correct, but we're not wanting to listen.
Well, that's it.
We're too greedy with the money.
People are still got a
Literally
closed
what
mind
happens.
just doing ghosts.
I think something big and bad is about to happen in the next couple of years.
Yep, and they're just trying to prepare us gently.
I think this is what this so-called virus has
been.
I think it's been something. Just reading the chat, aliens say.
I don't know.
What's that,
What
Mr.
do you
Cat?
think, guys? You get any questions?
There's Hatchy Hatch. What's that? Misty Cat, the SS were taught about the occult knowledge. Very interesting. Of course they were. Of course, what was the famous castle in Germany where they all practiced it, and it's meant to be one of the most haunted castles in the world. And it's meant to have a whale.
The Swiss one?
You know, it's meant to have a whale that's bottomless. What is it? Let's see if I can find it.
Is that in Switzerland or somewhere like that? It was actually them that made the drug, that antidepressant drug.
I'm trying to remember the place. It's got a name because it's got a whale that just drops all the
Prozac actually made the drug Prozac. It's them that actually meant to own that big castle. A big pharmaceutical company, but they made Prozac and things. I think it's their actual estate that all the elite people go to do Satan worshipping and things. I'm sure it's actually Switzerland or Belgium or something it's in.
That's it there. It's the gates of hell.
Right.
And it's got a whale.
Aye. Is that Switzerland? Or is it Germany?
Husken something castle. I can't pronounce it, guys, in the chat.
There's been people go as far up as the fence and then they get bombarded with people.
That's it there.
That's where meant to be the elite go to celebrate like certain
that's
things.
That's where the SS practiced their dark magic.
Right.
You know? That's where they went. what we got in the chat here? Has anyone ever thought there was a double of us on another doing? It makes you wonder, is it like that? What do you call it? Clones? It makes you wonder. It makes
Well,
you
you
wonder.
just don't know. That's how all the research is good to get done, because there's not much coming out every other day that we place it all together and we'll get more answers. So we need people to keep reporting what they see, what they feel, what they've heard for their ancestors, their loved ones. I mean, if we
So-
keep getting the research in, we can keep looking
Aye.
into it
I
and
mean,
placing it all
Dakota,
together.
are you when's the next time you're going ghost hunting, Dakota?
Hmm?
On your channel, Specialists of the Strange. When are you going ghost hunting on your channel again?
A
When
lot
you've
of
done your 10 jobs and stuff like that.
So
a lot
hard
of
to get
people-
out.
It's not that I haven't been active. It's just that a lot of the cases I've been taking on are a little too high risk to be
Aye.
making public right now.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Listen, guys, in the chat, could you please go and check out Specialist of the Strange?
That's how, if we're a wee bit vague, guys, it's because we can't really speak about a lot of these
Aye.
things.
You've got to remember, guys, we do a lot of cases and we do a lot of research cases for Parachills, and we had to sign a waiver thing saying we'll no talk about it, you know?
We can tell you some basic stuff, but we can't get right into individual cases and give you examples or anything.
But hopefully, Parachills, when we start doing ghost hunting again, we'll start doing videos, you know, of the haunting in places where they're obviously they're not private.
That's how you need to check out the website as well, Parachills. There's a lot of different cases up on there if you want to read some of the cases that we've already done that is public.
Aye.
Go to the
I mean, there's quite
website
a
and
few.
have a read at them.
But
there's a lot-
I was just going to say when you go.
No, so I've just got to say there is a lot of private ones that we've worked on that can't go up, obviously.
Aye. I mean, the company does an awful good thing. As Dakota knows, Parachills do a good thing for people. I mean, they help people with, like, I mean, what you don't realise, guys, in the chat, the Parachills is free. See if somebody's got a haunting, the Parachills will help you. But obviously you have to go through Parachills and that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But what's that?
It's because of lockdown and things as well. Once you see us all going out as we're each individual groups, like the UK group going places, the USA group going places, the Canadian group going places. Once you actually see the evidence coming onto a platform that we've done that you trust, then you'll start realising a bit more. Like once you see us, the people that you trust doing the investigations, and we're not just placing it all together on other people's evidence.
And they'll go stay hunting.
We know that
you
all
Dakota getting
trust
chased
us.
across the field with 10 demons after them.
Can't wait to look Chris into the vaults in Edinburgh.
You walk me in the vaults. Can you
leave
imagine
him with a
that, guys?
recorder?
I've been to Edinburgh, but haven't been able to get into the vaults. I would love to go back.
Yeah,
The vaults. I've been in the vaults.
See, I've not
I've
been
been
yet either, so that's going to be brilliant for my first experience.
And it's, let me just say, guys, the vaults are very interesting. Very.
See, there's Glasgow ones as well. I'd love to get into the Glasgow vaults as well. There is Glasgow vaults, but I don't know what happened with them, whether you can actually do tours in them or if it's just something they've discovered.
There's an interesting question I'm about to give Dakota. Where's the most scariest location you have ever been, Dakota?
You might not be able to answer that yet either.
Wait. Probably everywhere, mind you.
I have to say, most scariest location I've been to would be the Paris.
You've been to the Paris Catacombs?
The Paris Catacombs. Yes, I have.
And is it as scary as they say it is down there, like a big maze?
When the tour guide tells you do not walk away, otherwise you will not be able to leave this place. Yeah, it's
listen. Listen to
listen.
I've seen the piles of bones, how they've stacked all the bones up. I mean,
See, that's crazy. There's been a lot of crazy footage as well for the catacombs where people have dropped their cameras and run, and you can see things
That's
picking the
right.
cameras up and float at the front of the cameras and things.
Greyfriars Graveyard's an interesting place to go to. When you come back to Scotland, you need to go there.
Aye, Greyfriars is unique, but because it's so different an atmosphere during the day than it is the minute the darkness hits, it's two completely different worlds. Citizen will confirm that. It's just two completely different worlds. It's so peaceful during the day, and you can sit and have picnics with your kids and everything. The minute that darkness hits, you feel it. Definitely feel it.
The last time I was at Greyfriars Graveyard, I was 9. School trip. But it was only a couple of years ago I went to the Edinburgh Vaults, and that place is amazing. It's like a town, but it's buried. That's what it was designed for. And it's just like, it's crazy. See, when you walk in, everything changes. The atmosphere changes.
Well, you're so many feet under the ground as well, so even that adds to the spookiness, isn't it? The fact that you know you're locked under the ground.
Aye, but it's not that. It's just, you know there's somebody watching you.
I'd like to go to that big circle bit that's now got the big pentagram and things in it. I'd like to go there just to feel the energy.
Where's that?
In the Edinburgh Vaults. There's a room. There's a room. I mean, it used to be like a magic circle type of thing, but I don't know what they've done to it because the footage is all changed, where there is actually like a worshipping circle and things like that now. But
something with my iPad there. I'd like to go to the Hellfire Club.
It'd be interesting to put somebody in each Hellfire Club, wouldn't it? And then do like an investigation.
We'll get you on the bench, we'll all dress up in gowns and stuff like that. We'll dance around about you, make us all. We'll see if we can bring the spirits.
I think it was Ghost Adventures that did that. They did like one of the Hellfire clubs that they went to. They actually kind of did like a go back in time type of dress, and I think it was Aaron. He got interfered with and got pushed in different things. Because he was dressed up. I can't remember the full story. I'd need to go back and find the episode, but there was definitely something to do with that. They did, and they got a lot more communication with dressing up.
There's P's got an interesting thing there. Comment: I had a man knock on my door years ago looking for a name that didn't exist to my knowledge. Had a very posh Liverpool accent, but didn't exist in my time.
Well, it was obviously a ghost.
That's
not always. I've had some weird crap come out of Liverpool.
That's it. You just don't know. That's the thing. There's that much stuff out there that you just don't know about. That's how it's like. And researching it.
I've already talked with Chris about a certain incident I've got on my hands. And who's not from this earth.
See, there's a lot. That's the other thing. There's a lot more entities out there than demons and angels. There's loads of other things. I mean, you've got your hell dogs. You've got your God knows there's that many things.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Banshee. I know banshees and there's endless entities. It's just as scary as demons.
He's here.
He's here.
John, knock it off. I'll talk to you later.
That's quite crazy, that, because when you mentioned the man that should not be named, we'll call him that, because then I'm not giving him power. My screen, Drew's screen, and your screen went off.
Quick settings.
He completely disappeared on my end. Like you just watched your.
It was the same for me, for you too.
I was talking to a guy from Liverpool that's not on this earth. I already talked to Chris about it, who it is, and I think he's trying to get a hold of me.
Right.
I think you just, the thing about that thing, or whatever it is, or where it's from, or whatever its name is, you just need to try and block it and not talk about it for a wee while until you can figure out a way.
I may already
Banish.
know a way.
Oh, there you go.
He's trying his
There you
hardest
go.
to ignore it, but when it keeps jumping up on your screen, what you got to do?
Here's some Mr. Cat. Yes, Beatles. The Beatles came from Liverpool
Yes.
with their funny hairdos. I'm jealous because I don't have any.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You ever noticed that? You ever noticed that about ghost hunters? They either smoke or they're bald.
Maybe that's a stress thing. You have lost your hair because you're already that stressed, or you're smoking to stop the stress.
Well,
We've gone
around
that
the
far.
same time I started going public that I started losing my hair. So
Well, there you go.
Just reading the chat here. Hey, Granny.
I've got my crystal, guys. I'm not taking any chances.
I've got my. I got that out. I've got that. I don't need to go anywhere without it.
I'm keeping my energy clear. Timber's beside me anyway.
You just need to block it. Okay, I mean, especially you must have an active house, Dakota.
no, it's not the house. This stuff's been me all my life.
It's you, it's not the house, it's wherever you go.
It's
Misty Cat.
me. It's not the house.
There's Misty Cat. Bald is beautiful. There you go. You get a comment there. I've still got a wee bit of hair left. I've got 2 hairs there.
Suppose you get 2.
On the board game.
I look at it's been a good night tonight, guys, isn't it?
Good.
Talking about
It's good.
the evil.
Things like this.
The evil. What's that? Peas 20. What I thought that's an expert on how to play chess. And peas. What's this? This is we can't find, so I wrapped a piece of cardboard on the side. The night out, pieces was appeared on the board.
Things disappear in my house all the time and appear 10 minutes later. Believe you me.
The same happens to me. God
Especially
knows.
if I
It's
don't talk
just
to
screwing
spirits.
with you. It's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
It's put it this way: if I was dead and I was a ghost, I would definitely do it. You used to.
Well, the thing is, see the spirits in here, if I talk to them, they're fine. But see if I've not spoken to them for a couple of weeks or that things they start like going missing and turning up. You'll see wee things at the corner of your eyes. And that's when you know that you need to start turning a spirit box on because they're wanting to speak. Do you know what I mean? It's wee subtle things like that.
It's bound to be terrible for them. And you imagine you lost somebody you love, right? You can't talk to them, but at the same time, they can come and see you, but they can't talk to you because you can't hear them.
I know, so they start playing with
the
lights and things like that.
Mm-hmm. You know, unless you obviously dabble in this kind of thing, you can't.
Yeah, there's a. Yeah, got something like that in my family where only certain ones of us are in tune, for lack of better words, to be able to pick up on that stuff, while everybody else is like, "The fuck? Why do they get to talk?"
I know, but it's
like, why are you so special?
I know.
That's the thing, you know. But that's, I suppose, when your
pushy
time
in
comes,
life, pushy in death.
I mean,
it's the pushy ones that get forward.
When our time comes, when we cross, it'll be the same. We'll be in the same boat. You'll be able to be a ghost. You'll be able to haunt somebody through Dakota.
Exactly. You'll be able to turn all the people you'll be able to go and annoy all the people that annoyed you in life. You go annoy them.
So give us a thumbs up, guys, in case you want, you know, the old haunting.
Make sure you always hit that thumbs up and share.
You know,
and subscribe.
It has been a really good night tonight, obviously, because we've been talking about certain subjects.
You can't go too deep.
You can't go too deep because it just, I mean, it's crazy.
It's really not that, guys. We don't want Dakota hurt after the live, to be honest with you. I mean, it's this guy that's got to stay with all these things.
I mean, he'll wake up through the night, he'll be like that scene for Poltergeist, all his toys will be fleeing around about and nothing.
We're laughing, but it's true. We can't go, honestly. We can't push that tease hard enough. We can't go into it a lot.
No.
You
because
can get them to
it's,
tell the basics and maybe ask a few
Yes.
questions, but
it's I've seen what demons can do to you.
yeah.
And hopefully one day we'll all get to meet up in a big ghost hunt, you know.
All I can say is guys, keep following Parachols, guys, and all
Yes.
this will be revealed. It's just a case of we can't do much to know because of lockdown and things, but there is big plans for Parachols and they will be out there in the media. The stories will be out there in the media at some point. It's just that we as investigators need to get out and investigate these places so that yous that trust us can see it and you know that it's no all fake and things like that. That's how we can tell you a wee bit about different things, but we can't get deep into it. All we can do is let you make you stick with Parachols and trust that this will all be revealed.
And put it this
Honestly.
way, guys, I promise to lock Gina in a tomb somewhere for 4 hours.
I don't know about the 4 hours kind of carry on, but I don't mind
Dakota will
doing
come
a
out of the
30-minute
2 hours.
challenge.
Me and
Oh.
Dakota will go to a pub for a pint. We'll leave you in the.
Well, I think I better get a radio or something then.
I know. We'll give
Hey,
you
I don't
something.
mind being locked in somewhere. I'd love to be there. I'd love to experiment.
Can you imagine being locked in a room in the pitch dark there?
I
I'd
know.
probably fall asleep.
You don't be so with that. You must
But
be fed up with me.
It's crazy. But anyway, I'm going to end this live stream. It's nearly what? It's nearly 10 to 11 at night
It's
here.
quarter to
What
11
time?
already.
What time is it over there, Dakota, where you are?
It's almost 4 at night
Is it?
in the evening,
guys,
so
That's just
Dinner
right
time
up
for
here.
Dakota.
Dinner time for you. I'll talk to you after the live, Dakota. But I'll catch you all later, guys, and have a lovely Saturday night.
Thanks for coming, guys. And I'll speak Monday. Monday I'm live with my tarot cards 9:30 as usual, guys. So pop on, please. We'll have a blather as well.
Catch you later, guys. Bye.
bye.